How to make STALKER Gamma look from the default visuals into the modded visuals that I'm using, as you can see in these previews right here. I mean, a lot of people come into my live streams and ask me, like, how do you make your game look like this? What are your visual mods that you're using, your settings, your reshade when you are playing like the summer modded visuals, and also the winter modded visuals as well, with like the partial snow, the frozen grass and everything. And here we are, we're finally making the videos. So by the time you're going to be watching this, I'm going to be releasing 3 videos at once. So the first video is this video right here, which is the summer version of the visuals, so how to turn gamma from the default gamma into the modded visuals of the summer gamma, as you can see right here. And the second video is this one that you are watching right now, which is the winter video, so how to turn default gamma into the winter modded gamma, so from partial snow with the frozen grass, or also the snow version with no grass, either with the water, or if you want to turn water into ice, I'm also going to show you how to do that as well. And also the third video, which is this one that I'm actually showcasing right now, which is the graphics showcase. Again, I just like compiled pretty much all the screenshots that I did for the videos and made a video out of them. So if you want more previews, if you want to see like how the other maps look and all that, then you can check out this video right here. Again, by the time you're going to be watching this, it's going to be public, so you can watch it no problem. It says members only because we do have memberships on the channel, and they do have a special perk. The tier 2 members have an advanced early access to new videos, so any big video that I'm making, as soon as a part is ready, they get to see it first. Like for example, the huge like 7-hour gamma guide that I did, right? The first part was ready, I released it for the members, the second part for the members, the third part, and then I merged everything together into the full guide that you can check out in my channel, which is 7 hours long, which is absolutely insane. 150 plus chapters, so it's absolutely amazing. And also this applies to like the video series, like as soon as a video is ready, they get to watch it first. Like for example, this one, the visual series that I'm making, again, like I don't want to like put video per video just because like, okay, like we put the graphics showcase, you see it, okay, it looks cool, but how do we make this happen? Like how do we install the mods, what are the mods and everything? And let's say we do like the summer version and someone wants the winter version. Where's the video? It's not ready yet. So that's why I kind of want to like release all 3 videos all at once. So if you want the summer version, the video is already here. If you want the winter version, the video is already here and all that. So it's way easier to access for everyone. Alrighty, so hopefully that makes sense. And speaking of members, by the way, I just want to shout out to all the members of the Zen community that are supporting the channel directly. We have a lot of cool people that are supporting the channel directly. I mean, I really appreciate you guys. It's a huge motivation, and again, it allows me to invest more time into making all of this content, all the shorts, all the like going live almost every single day, playing Gamma, our creators, other games. Like it's really insane to me. So I just want to say a huge thank you to you all. Okay, and if you want to join us as a member as well to the Zen community, then you are also most welcome to. Just keep in mind, you don't have to. Like the best way to support the channel, as I always say, just watch the videos, like them, share them around, Discord, Reddit, like a new streamer to Gamma or something like that. That's what matters. That's the important thing, because like it helps the algorithm, the recommendations of YouTube and all that. You know how that goes, right? So that's the most important thing. But I mean, if you are feeling extra generous, I mean, hey, you can do that as well. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, if you want more previews, then check out this video right here. If you want the modded summer visuals, then jump over to the other video. And if you want the winter one, then let's get started. So open up MO2. I assume that you have Gamma installed. Everything is working fine. You click here, you click manage. You want to duplicate the Gamma profile. So this is the default Gamma profile. So just click copy, name it whatever you want, like Zen Winter, for example. As you can see, we already did the summer video. So just double click on it. So later on, whether like you want to revert back to default Gamma or you don't like it or whatever, it's going to be really easy to do that. I'm going to show you later on how to do it. Once you've done that, you just go to Google and you Google the first mod that we're going to install, which is a project Inverno. So just go ModDB, Inverno, and click on this one. And this is pretty much like the best winter mod for Anomaly, in my opinion. It's really good. So we're going to install this. You click on it like this, and you want to download it. And then you want to download the other add-ons that we're going to use, right? So click on the Google Drive. It's going to show up like this. You want to download the Seacon Frozen Grass, the partial snowy textures, the PDA maps, and the Winter Mutants. You want to download all of these. Once everything is downloaded, just open MO2, go to this thing right here. It's going to show up your downloads folder where you will see all the files that we just downloaded. You want to click on Project Inverno, and I'm going to show you how to install the winter version with like the partial snow and the frozen grass, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with full snow, no grass, or full snow with grass. It's going to be really easy. It's just like untaking one mod and changing the grass, and that's pretty much it. That's why we're going to do the partial snow first, and then we're going to show you how to turn that, and also how to turn the water into ice and everything. It's going to be really easy. Okay, so just follow me here, click on next, and then we are choosing frozen flora. If you want to do this, it's up to you, but for me, I'm using this. Click next, no grass, since if you are going to use grass, we're going to use the frozen S.T.A.L.K.E.R grass that we just downloaded, and if we're going to do the full snow with no grass, you're going to disable the grass anyways in the settings, so it doesn't really matter. So just click no grass, click on light snowfall. If you're having a little bit trouble with FPS, disable the snowfall. And if you want to try the heavy snowfall, you can do that, but I don't recommend it. It doesn't look that good in most weathers, in my opinion, and it kind of messes up your NVGs a little bit and all that. So you can try it if you want, but for me, I just do prefer light snowfall. And click next, do the first one, the second one. This one is when we are going to turn the water into ice, so I'm going to show you later on how to do that. You can do the dynamic clouds, I do use it, and then the main menu. It is really amazing. It's one of my favorite main menus. Like, it's really awesome. So if you want to use it, make sure to tick this. Just keep in mind, if you do YouTube or you're like a streamer or something like that, the music in the main menu is copyrighted. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and then click next and just name it whatever you want. For example, Inferno, like this, and then click install. Wait for it to install all of these, and once it is done, we do have to delete something, which is the loading screens. They are not made for Project Inferno, so you have to delete that to kind of like get back your loading screens. They won't be snowy, it's just the default loading screen, sadly, but yeah, you have to do that, otherwise they're just gonna look empty. So just tick it like this and then open it, go to game data, go to textures, and you want to delete the intro folder. Just right click, delete, yes, and that's pretty much it. All right, now we're gonna install the other mods that we just downloaded as well. So partial snowy textures, install it. Let me rename it since I already have it. Wait for it to install. Once it's done, just tick it. Same thing for the other ones. The S.T.A.L.K.E.R frozen grass, again, just download it, just install it, tick it. Right, pretty simple. Click here again, PDA maps, just do that, just install it and tick it. Pretty simple. And then the last one, which is the Winter Mutants, same thing, just do that, install it and tick it. And also for the Winter Mutants, we do have to disable a couple of mods for it to work. So you want to go back to the Google Drive and you want to right click, you want to double click the Winter Mutants README, right? And you have all these mods that you need to disable, okay, as you can see. So just put it right here and then just use the filter to kind of like filter out, as you can see. So 323, and you want to untick that, and then 324, and you want to untick that as well. 325, you want to tick that too, and then 364, untick that as well. 414, you want to untick that too, and then 299, untick it, and then 298, untick it as well, and then 356. There we go. And untick that, and there it is. You have your Winter Mutants working fine. Okay, now the next mod is we're gonna go to ATO5. So ModDB ATO5, click on it and then just download it right here. And once it's downloaded, you want to go here, click here, and you want to install it like the other mods. Just wait for it to extract, because again, Project Inferno does not cover all the textures in the game, so we want any textures that are not covered by Project Inferno, we want it to be covered by ATO5, right? So it's very simple. Just download it and install it like this, rename it whatever you want, click install, wait for it to install, and we're gonna make sure to tick it at the bottom. And then what you want to do, you want to grab it and put it lower priority than Inferno, okay? So that Inferno is overriding ATO5, because again, we want the textures from Inferno first, okay? So that's why we're gonna do that. Just wait for it to install like this, because I mean, it's a pretty big mod, okay? So just wait for it, and once it is done, again, as I said, you want to tick it, you want to grab it and put it behind Inferno. So just put it there so that Inferno is overriding 8005 for the textures. Because again, as you can see, if you see the conflicts, the following files have no conflicts, as you can see. So Inferno is roughly not covering like around 400 textures or something like that. So that's why we're going to use this. Okay. And speaking of textures, Inferno does not cover the sandbags in the game and a lot of other textures, but mainly the sandbags that kind of like stood out for me. So if you install Inferno, your sandbags will look like default gamma sandbags, like these ones, which look pretty out of place, right? And 8005 also does not cover this, right? So when you install 8005, then it will also look like this with the winter version, as you can see, right? It will look kind of out of place. It kind of works with like the partial snow, but with the full snow, it will look pretty out of place. Okay, so what I did, I pretty much just took the sandbags file and edited it myself to turn it like this. So I kind of like added a little bit of snow into it and all that. So it's just something that I did in like 5 minutes, right? So it's not like high quality or whatever, but it looks way better in my opinion. So if you want your sandbags to look like this, then I will leave the file in the Google Drive in the link down in the description. So you go there, and what you want to do, it will show up like this, right? 8005 winter prop bags, right? And it will show up like this. So what you want to do, you want to download it. Once it is downloaded, just open MO2, same thing, go here, double click it like any other mod, rename it whatever you want, click OK, and then tick it. Make sure it is overriding 8005, as you can see, right? And as you can see, it is literally just one file, right? So this is the one that I did, and this was the one from the original 8005, right? So if you want to do that, then that's how you do it. Now, the next mod is the NPC models. So if you pay attention, as you can see, my NPCs do look a little bit different with like different models. So if you want that, it's called ModDB KVMA, right? As you can see, HD Models Realism add-on. So you click on it and it will show up like this. Click read more, and if these models do interest you and they look pretty cool, it's like way better quality models, right? So just scroll through them, see if you like it or not, and if you like it, then you can install it. Just before you install it, just keep in mind this mod needs its own new game. Okay, it needs its own saves and it needs a new game, which means if you have already a playthrough and you did already like you have a couple of saves, when you install this mod, those saves from the previous playthrough will not work with this mod enabled. You have to disable it and play your saves. And if you play with this mod with a new game and you do a couple of saves, you cannot uninstall it mid playthrough. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It kind of like needs its own saves and it needs a new game. All right, so just keep that in mind. So if you want to install it, just download it like any other mod. Once it's done, you go here, you double click it, which is right here. Wait for it to extract, and then you click next. You click DLTX, you click on Gamma Patch. Don't touch the first one. These three are for Gamma. The first one is just preference. I don't tick it. The second one, I do tick it. The blue textures from Merc. And the third one, which is the female NPCs, I don't use them personally, but if you want, they look pretty cool, then just tick it if you want. For me, I'm gonna untick that and just rename it whatever you want, and then just click install. Wait for it to extract everything and install the mod. Once it is done, we do have to disable a couple of mods for this mod to work. So just tick it for now, go back here, go down, and as you can see, we have to disable all of these mods right here. So go back to MO2, go all the way up, and it's 29, 30, 31, 32, go down to like 251, I think. There it is. And then here, just search for Merc, and it's this one, Gamma Better Merc's Voices. Just untick it, and there it is. You have yourself some new cool looking models. Just keep in mind, if you do use this mod, it does need a new game, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, the next mod is not a visual mod, but more like a immersion mod, and it is the cold system. So if you want your game to kind of like simulate a cold in the environment, and it does make the game way harder, okay? So just keep in mind, but it is way immersive, and it's really good. It's so good that I even play with this without the winter mod. Even with the normal visuals, I still play with this mod, okay, and it's really, really good. I highly recommend using it. As you can see, it does simulate like the environment temperature, so like which weather it is on, and if it's like snowing or not, or raining or not, and if you are inside a building or outside, whether like which outfit are you wearing, are you standing still, are you running, are you sprinting, right? It has like a cold meter, right? If you reach like the fever threshold, you will start accumulating fever, which will reduce your maximum stamina, and it will reduce your movement speed as well. If you reach this threshold, it's pretty much like the frostbite, so you will start losing health because of the cold, and you can reduce the cold by standing in campfires. You can smoke cigarettes, you can drink vodka if you want. There's also the cooking system, so if you cook a meal, it will be hot and it will reduce the cold by quite a lot if you eat it. If when you sleep, also it will reduce the cold, and it will also reduce the fever. The medicine will reduce the fever and all that, so like med kits, stim packs and all that, ibuprofen. Like, it is just really, really such a really good mod. I highly recommend using it if you want to use it. And again, it does make the game a little bit harder, so just keep that in mind. Then just download it like any other mod and just install it. All right, so click here, rename it whatever you want, and then just click OK, tick it, and that's pretty much it. The next mod, which is also optional, might as well just talk about it right now, which is the inventory UI that I'm actually using. As you can see, if you want your inventory to kind of like look like this, because a lot of people do ask me for it, and I did upload it to my Google Drive. So if you want your inventory to kind of look like this, then you can also install this mod. I'm going to leave it in the Google Drive. It's my custom UI that I did a while ago, and I still use it. So just download it from the Google Drive. As you can see, it's this one right here. It's going to show up like this. Download it, go here, same thing, just install it like any other mod, rename it, and then tick it, and this is pretty much it. It's just like one file, right, which is this one. The UI actor menu, right, as you can see, this is mine, this is the default one, and this is mine, right? So if you want this, this is how you do it, okay? Now, the next mod is not a mod, but just a file that we're gonna hide, which is the how to make the lights in your hideout cast shadows, because by default they don't cast shadows. If you want them to cast shadows, then you go here to the filter, you search for potato, right, and game data configs, and you will have your file look like this, which is the file that is disabling the shadows from those lights, and for a reason, because they do take a little bit of FPS. So what I want you to do, just keep watching the guide first, make sure your visuals are good, your light settings are good, and everything is fine. Then go in game, see how much FPS you have, go back out, come here, just hide this mod so it doesn't affect the shadows anymore, so they do enable, and you want to go back in game, right, and then just take the lights in your hideout, take them off, place them again for the shadows to be applied, and then see your FPS. If it's not too much of a loss for you, then just keep playing normally. And if it's a little bit too much of a performance drop for you and you want to disable it, then just go back out of the game, just close the game, come back here, unhide it, refresh, delete the shader cache, go back in game, replace the lights in your hideout, and you will have your FPS back, okay? So kind of like experiment with it, but for us, we are gonna keep it hidden, as you can see right here. Now, with these mods, you will have the winter modded visuals with the partial snowy textures. How do you make the partial snow to the full snow with the grass? You just untick this mod right here, the partial snowy textures, just untick it, and that's it. You will have the full snow textures instead, still with the grass, right? Now, what do you, if you want like the full snow with no grass? Well, just disable the grass in the settings. Go to the settings, visuals, advanced, and just slide everything from the grass, slide it all the way down, and you will have no grass. So you only have the snow and with no grass, pretty much. So that's literally how you do it. And how to turn the water into ice, okay? How to do that? You want to go all the way up, right, to screen space shaders to get the shaders for the ice and the textures and all that. So you want to right click it, reinstall it. You want to expand it like this, right? And I'm going to show you the default settings for Gamma. So what Gamma is using right now, which is all of these except this one and this one, right? And 2 at the bottom. So just tick everything except those 2 and except these 2 right here. So this and this. Don't tick these two. Do not tick the wind, which is 10, and the optional one, and don't tick the SSS water. So these are the default gamma screen space shaders. So how to turn the water into ice, untick the SSR water and tick the SSR water ice version, and also untick the rain as well. All these 4 right here, right? So that's literally how you do it. Just rename it winter ice or something like that, and tick it, look at the green right here and grab it, put it next to it, so it's easier later on for you to kind of like switch between them if you want. So disable the original one and keep the one that we just installed right here. Okay, so now you have the textures for the ice, everything is good. Now we need the sounds. How do you do the sounds? It's the one that I showed you earlier. So all you need to do, right click Project Inferno. As you can see, I already did it here, right? Ice sounds. So right click it, reinstall, wait for it to extract. There's only one problem with this, by the way. I'm going to explain it in a second. Click manual, and you want to right click the number 4, right? Ice sounds for SSR water. Right click it, set as anomaly directory, and then just name it to like ice sounds, whatever, and then install it, right? The only problem with this is that when you walk in the ice and you run into it and all that, there is the sounds for that. They do work, but the only problem is that the jumping sounds do not work for whatever reason. So when you jump in the ice, it will still make the water sounds. I still don't know how to fix it. I think there's a fix with like another mod or whatever, but I never bothered, to be honest. So just keep that in mind. There is this one issue with this, okay? Just keep that in mind. But yeah, now you have the ice sounds and ice textures. If you want later on to disable them, just disable this and go back up to screen space shaders, right? And disable the one that we just installed and enable the original one instead. And that's literally it. Okay, so this is how you can you can customize the visuals and all that. And also, again, if you want the partial snowy textures back, then just take this mod again. If you want the grass back, just re-enable it in the settings, right? Just like put back your values that you are using, or the one that I'm using. I'm gonna show you later on. So this is literally just how easy you can do that. Okay, but again, for us, we are going to do the partial snowy textures with the frozen grass, so we are going to enable this again. Okay, now before you launch the game, there's one thing that is very, very important to do, which is deleting the shader cache. So you want to click here, go to game folder, and go to app data, and you want to delete the shader cache. So anytime you do any changes with like visual stuff, it doesn't require all of them, but some of them do. So just to be safe, anytime that you change anything, like for example, you change like the ice sounds, and you take back like the this one, which is shaders, right? Anytime you do that, or you switch from like partial snow to full snow or whatever, just anytime you do that, always delete the shader cache. Okay, so grab it, delete it, so you regenerate the new shaders instead. Okay, so always do that before launching the game. It's very, very important. Same thing for like the lights with the for like the hideout stuff, for like the shadows and everything. Just to be sure, always delete the shader cache when you do like changes to your visual mods or whatever. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And now there is 2 more things that we're going to talk about. The first one is the reshade. I'm going to show you how to install that, and the second one, we're going to go in game and I'm going to show you my game settings, my SSS settings, and also my lighting settings if you do use my reshade, to kind of like have the light balanced in the game. Okay, so first things first, if you are gonna use my reshade, make sure to back up your user LTX, okay? Because we will be changing a lot of these values that are in the console, right? Like these ones, for example, for like the sun, the shadows, the interior shadows, all that. We are going to change these, and they don't have like settings in the game settings. You have to change them through the console, okay? And for you to go back here and change them manually, and if you remember the numbers and everything, so it's going to be a little bit too confusing. So just to kind of like make it really, really easy to revert back, just grab the user LTX, copy it, and then just back it up somewhere in your desktop, in your documents, whatever. Just back it up somewhere and just keep going. Later on, if you want to revert back, as we said, I'm going to show you how to go back to default gamma now. It's really, really easy. That's why I showed you earlier. So what do you want to do? You want to go back here. You want to go to the default gamma profile. You click on it. You want to go here, open game folder, app data, delete the shader cache that you will see right here. And then you want to go to wherever you backed up your user LTX. Just grab it, put it back here, replace, and that's pretty much it. Now, how do you install Reshade? I'm going to leave a link in the description with the Reshade. You want to click on that and you will get the summer and winter. As you can see, this file right here, it will show up like this. You click on download. Once it's downloaded, again, you go to your downloads folder and you will see it like this, right? Just open the zip, right? As you can see, and then close this. Put it right here, and then open the anomaly folder, right? Put it next to it like this. And then what you want to do, click here, bin, put everything from this bin in your bin folder and replace. Okay, so open your bin folder, open this one, and grab everything. So this is literally what I have from Reshade, just to make sure that you cannot mess it up at all. So just grab everything, drag it, don't select anything with it, just put it in the small like empty space here and wait for it to extract. It will tell you to kind of like replace things, and just click replace, and that's pretty much it. For me, I'm not going to replace, obviously it's my Reshade, but for you, just click replace, and that's literally it, and you will have my Reshade installed. Okay, as you can see, the summer one and the winter one as well. In case later on you want to switch to the summer one, you still have it, or the winter one. So I included both, so it's really easy for you without having to like re-download anything or whatever. So we will be using the winter one, and that's literally it. You have the Reshade installed. We're gonna go in game, and I'm gonna show you how to kind of like copy my light settings and explain them a little bit and all that. So if you want to use my Reshade and just copy the settings and just go and just play the game, and you don't really care about customizing it or whatever, then that's totally fine. But if you do have like some custom monitor settings, maybe the game is going to be a little bit too dark for you, maybe too saturated, too contrasted, and you want to tweak the Reshade to your liking and kind of like use it as a preset and make your own instead, then you will need to kind of like make sure the light balance is correct. So you gotta go to the darkest time at night and the brightest time in the day. Make sure they are not too bright, too dark, too contrasted or whatever. And how do you do that? You're gonna see me in game do a lot of weather editing and change the weather, change the time of day and all that. And how do you do that? You do that through the debug. So how do you enable the debug? You want to go here, click here, you want to launch the game with anomaly launcher. So click this, run, right? And then this is where you will enable debug, as you can see. So for you, it's going to be like this. You want to enable it from here, and you want to launch the game through the launcher at least once. So launch it, go in the menu, and then exit out of the game, and then you can start launching the game through like the normal EXEs instead. Okay, so that's how you enable debug, and I'm gonna show you in the game how to kind of like bring up like the weather editor to change the time and everything. It's gonna be easy. I'm gonna show you a little bit later. Now, once you're done and you decided whether you want the partial snow, the full snow, the water, the ice or whatever, then just one last reminder, go here and delete the shader cache again, just in case you forgot. Okay, once everything is done, then we can launch the game now. So once you're in game, hopefully your game looks as close to this as possible, maybe without the Reshade actually, as you can see right here, and this is with the Reshade. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the debug mode, right? So if you press escape, you go to the menu, you will have debug mode at the bottom, right? As you can see. So this is how you know you have debug, right? And this is the main menu for Inferno. I did change this myself, the STALKER Gamma right there. So it says STALKER Anomaly originally. I did change it to STALKER Gamma, so don't worry about that. Okay, so you want to go in game and you want to press F7. That's how you bring up the debug mode, as you can see. And you have like all of these stuff that you can mess around with, emissions, God mode, unlimited ammo, trade stuff with like when you target like NPCs or whatever. And you have also the item spawner, object spawner, but also the weather editor that we are gonna use. So F7 and 3, right, or click on it, doesn't matter, right, click on it like this, you would have the weather editor, as you can see right here. So this is where you can edit the weather, go to clear, go to cloudy, go to foggy, for example, or something like that, right? For us, we're gonna put it on clear, and you can also change the time with E. So E will go up by hour and D will go down by hour, as you can see, and W and S to go by the minute. I don't think you want to do that though. And yeah, so that's how you want to do this. And also, once you did the time like this, if you press resume, it will resume back to the time of the save, right? Like this. So right now, for example, it is, what time is it? It's like 16:40 right now, right? So it will resume to the time of your save. So how do you freeze the time is you want to go to the time that you want and you want to press escape instead. So when you press escape, it will freeze the time like in this hour instead. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's how you do it. And also why you want to use the debug mode, just in case you want to edit the reshade to your liking, you want to customize it and all that. You always want to make sure that you customize it, and then you want to go to the darkest hour in the game, which is around like 22, right? And you want to see if your game is not too bright, if your game is not too dark, and all that, right? So that's how you kind of like customize things, right? And then you want to go to the brightest hour, which is around like 12, and you want to also see if your game is not too bright, it's not too contrasted or whatever. So you want to always make sure to do this. So this is how you want to use it, and this is why it is very important, right? And as you can see, the game looks pretty cool. This is without reshade, and this is with the reshade. Okay, pretty simple. Now we're gonna talk about how do you bring up the reshade, because for you it's probably gonna be disabled by default like this, right? And you want to press the home key. So how do you bring it up? You press the home key. Okay, you'll have it like this. Now the first thing you want to do is disabling the autosave. So if you have autosave on like this, you want to click on it to disable it, because later on, if you want to just like mess around with the reshade, you want to do this or whatever, right? And you mess around a little bit and you want to go back to the default reshade that I'm using, pressing default like this, go in here and pressing default, it will just go back to 0. It's not my reshade default, it's just the default of the reshade itself, right? So how do you go back to my reshade default is you click right here and you click yes. So you can revert like that, because if you have autosave on and you start changing stuff, it will automatically save and you can mess it up and you have to like re-download the whole thing or whatever. So make sure to disable this. Once you do mess up and you want to go back, just click here and click yes. And if you like your settings that you just changed, then you can save the preset. You can override it if you want with this, or you can add a new preset and inherit the current preset and then just name it whatever you want to kind of like save it on another preset instead, while keeping my reshade intact, pretty much, right? If you want to go back to it or whatever. So this is pretty much how you do it. Okay, now the next thing is you want to customize the keybinds to your liking as well. What do you want to do? You want to go to the settings, and this is where you can do all the keybinds and everything, as you can see. So this is the overlay key. Again, it's the home key to bring up reshade, and to so you can change it if you want, like home key or whatever. Just got hit by a pole, dude. And the effect toggle key for me, it's page up to kind of like enable and disable reshade. As you can see, this is without reshade, this is with reshade, so I can use it to kind of like see whether it's is good or not, right? You can customize, right? So you can change that as well to your liking too. Okay, pretty simple. And then once everything is done, you want to go back here. And again, I don't know if it is going to be selected for you automatically. If it's not, then you want to click on this bar right here and it will pop up like, it's pretty much like Explorer, right? So if it's not already selected for you like this, and normally bin, you can use it just like Explorer, like these dots to kind of like go back, right? So you click on it, you want to go back, and so you want to go to D or C anomaly, and then you want to search for the bin where we just like put our reshade and all that, which is right here. click on it and you will find all the reshades that we just like these are the default gamma reshades, and these two are my reshades. As you can see, Zen Summer and Zen Winter. So for us, for this video, we're gonna do the Zen Winter instead. So just double click on it and it will enable it. Okay, and you will have the reshade on. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about a little bit of the lighting settings and the grass settings and all that, and how to change stuff in the console. And again, just one more thing, I'm not just gonna like tell you, okay, just go here and click like, okay, loom scale, put it on 2.5, ambience, put it on 1, and all that, and just give you the settings, and okay, you're good to go, right? And you have no clue what they mean and all that. So later on, if you want to change it yourself, you have no clue what to do. So I want to explain the settings briefly, like nothing too crazy, but just briefly explain every command and all that, just to make sure that later on, in case you want to customize everything to your liking, or you want to like change some lighting stuff or whatever, you at least know what you're doing. The first things first you want to do is you want to go to the game settings, right? And you want to go to visuals, basics, and you want to go to basic light settings, which is this. So click on it, right? And you will have all these, just the basic stuff from the game, right? So you want to put the gamma on 0.9, saturation on 1.2, and the brightness on 0.9. Okay, so just put it like this, follow me first, and then later on, once you have everything good to go, you can go back and just change things and tweak them to your liking, like maybe you have like a different monitor or whatever. So you want to open up your console with the tilde key, so below your escape key, just click the tilde key, you'll have the console like this. Let me just move myself right here. And then what you want to type is loom scale, so looms or something, right? And then just use the arrows to go up and down for the commands, and select the command, just press enter, pretty simple. What is loom scale? It's how intense the sun and the moon is. As you can see, it's between between -1 and 3. So if you go 0, for example, there's no sun. Even though it's sunny, there's no sun, right? So, and if you do 3, it's a little bit too much, right? So the sweet spot is between 2 and 2.5 in my opinion. So for me, what I use is 2.5, right? So I want to do that. And then the next one is the amb. So loom scale, amb. So just looms, there it is, looms amb, right? And it's 1 for me, as you can see. And what is ambience? It is how dark the interior shadows are. So if you just keep an eye on the hanger, as you can see, inside like the depot, right? And you do that. If we do 0, it's going to be really dark. You see that? It only controls the shadows inside things, right? So if you do 3, it's going to be way too dark, way too bright, right? So between like 0.7 is good. Between 0.7 and 1.2 is what I usually use. And for me right now, I do use 1, right? So just keep that in mind. And then the next one is looms hemi, as you can see. So loom scale hemi. So this is the hemisphere. What is this? Is pretty much it controls the outside shadows casted by the sun or casted by the moon or whatever, right? So it's the outside shadows, not the inside shadows, right? So if you do that, for example, you do hemi, right? If we do it 0, as you can see, it's way too dark, right? Which is, yeah. You see that? So for me, I do usually just use between 0.7 and 1.2 as well, right? So that's what I usually use, right? And for me right now, I'm using 1.2, right? So if you want that, then just do 1.2. If you want, you can go down to 0.7 or even 0.5 if you want. I mean, it's totally up to you. But again, we are doing 1.2 for us right now. Right, so do 1.2, and that's pretty much it. Now we want to go to the grass settings, as you can see. So this is my grass right now. So how do you customize the grass? Again, you can just go in the settings and do it through there. But what I like to do is I like to do it through the console because it's way easier in my opinion. So for the grass, it is detail. So detail, and you have the detail density, the detail height, and the radius of the grass, so how far it goes. So these 3 are what we're gonna change. So first things first is the density, right? So for me, it's 0.31, as you can see. So type that. It will not apply, right? So to apply things is vid restart, which is this, right? So for example, as you can see, so density, right? And we're gonna do it, for example, I don't know, like 0.5. So 0.5. So 1 is disabled, by the way. So just keep that in mind. And we do like vid restart. It will like restart your game. Like don't freak out. It's just refreshing the visuals, right? And you reshade and everything. And as you can see, it's way less dense now. You see that, right? So that's how you can like apply the settings. Is vid restart. So density again. What I use is 0.31, right? Vid restart. There it is. It's gonna be a little bit more dense. You see that? Pretty cool. So that's kind of like how you can apply the settings through the console, which is pretty nice when you are editing things without having to go back to the settings and doing all that, right? And then the same thing for the height. So detail height, for me it's 0.8. I do recommend doing 0.6, right? Because it's just way better in my opinion. I just use 0.8 to kind of like make it a little bit harder for me, right? It's a little bit hard to see mutants with like taller grass a little bit. I think 0.6 is way better in my opinion, so you can use that, or you can just use it like me, which is 0.8. So that's what I'm using, right? And then vid restart to apply the change, right? And as you can see, it's a little bit better, which is nice, right? And it's a little bit more harder too, as I said, right? And then the next one is the radius. So radius, detail radius, and then for me it's 150. You can go as high as 250, but it does eat up a lot of FPS a little bit, so just keep that in mind. So for me it's 150. Once you have all that as well, just do the vid restart too. And then one last thing, that it's not just for the grass, but it's for the textures in general, which is the MIP, right? So MIP, and this is the MIP bias, right? So this is between -3 and 3. So what this does, if you do it on 3, as you can see, it's gonna look pretty cartoony, okay? Which is pretty funny. So you want to be a little bit careful with this, because if you go to like -3 instead, right, it will become way too sharp. As you can see, it will be way too sharp, and it doesn't look that good, and it's gonna take your FPS a little bit too, right? So for me, I do use -1, right? So -1 is the sweet spot that I found. So this is what I'm using. So once everything is done, again, just vid restart, and it will apply the changes, and you will have the grass like this. And you can change it to whatever you want as well. If you want to increase the grass density a little bit, if you want, like go density, maybe like 0.2 instead, but it will tank your FPS, just keep that in mind, right? As you can see, it's way more dense now, but be very careful with the density because it tanks FPS a lot, okay? So just keep that in mind. But for us, we're doing 0.31, and again, vid restart to apply the changes. Pretty cool. Now, the next things we're going to talk about is the sun shafts and the moon shafts as well, like the god rays, right? So what I use is, I want to go here and you want to do shaft. So we want to type shaft, and it's the shaft like minimum, and then mode, quality, and value. Okay, so quality doesn't matter, it's very high, or you can change it. It doesn't affect too much, but you can leave it default, but mostly it's just the minimum, the mode, and the value. Okay, so the minimum is 0.01 is what I'm using. If you want to go to, like, for example, 0.5, it's going to look very weird. And to refresh it, by the way, you open up the weather editor. So open up the weather editor and it will refresh. As you can see, it's now a little bit, it's too washed out. You see that? Right? It's way too washed out. The game is way too washed out like this, and it's not good. You got to be very careful with these as well. So for me, it's 0.1. 0.01. You can also do like 0.2 if you want it a little bit more, right? Weather editor to refresh. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit more prominent, but for us, we are doing 0.01. And then the shaft mode, the value, which is the maximum, like the base value of it, is between 0.5 and 2. So if you put it, for example, on 2, and you refresh with the weather editor, right? As you can see, you will see the god rays like a little bit more. You see these? Right? I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. But they will be a little bit more visible, right? And you can mix that up with a little bit of the minimum value to kind of like bump it up a little bit more, right? So for example, 0.25, right? You refresh, and as you can see, it's way too much, right? It is just way too much. So this is what I'm talking about. So for me, again, we're doing 0.01 for the minimum, and then for the value, which is the base value of it, is 0.5 for me, because I don't want it to be like too much, because it's gonna make your game a little bit too washed out, especially like in the fog stuff or whatever. So for me, this is what I'm using. If you want to increase it a little bit more, that's how you do it. And also the combined mode too. So you're gonna go shaft, and then the mode, and for me it is combined. So you have the screen space and also the volumetric as well. And if you want, you can just do it on the volumetric, or if you want, you don't like God rays, you can just do the screen space instead. But for me, I have it combined, so click on combined, and go to combined, as you can see, and then click OK to apply it, right? And then again, weather editor to apply everything, and that's pretty much it. And again, just experiment with this, see what you like, see what you don't like. Again, with the weather editor, go to nighttime to see like how the moon looks as well, like the shafts of the moon, as you can see, right? The God rays of the moon, it's not too washed out. You see that, right? You can barely see them, right? Which is pretty nice, right? So this is how I like it. If you want it a little bit more visible, you can increase that a little bit, right? The minimum, and increase a little bit of the base value as well, right? So that's how you do it, and make sure it's not too much as well when it is like noon. And also one thing too is the sunset, right? Make sure the sunset is not too much, because if you increase it, it will become like very visible with the sunset, right? So as you can see, you can still see them, sort of, but it's not too much, right? Which is pretty cool, right? And how do you do that, by the way? Is you press the 0 in your numpad. So numpad 0, you will have the no clip, right? And you can do WASD, mouse 1 to go forward, right click mouse to go back, right? And shift to go very slow, and control to go very fast. There you go. Something that the summer video doesn't have. Okay, there we go, boys. Anyways, but yeah, one last thing about the settings that we are changing in these in the console, and this is very important, by the way. This is very important. So when we change things in the console, and even not just in the console, even when you go in the settings and you change like the grass stuff, and you click apply, and it tells you, oh, you need to restart your game to apply the changes, right? It should be a little bit differently worded, I would say. So it's not to apply the settings that you need to restart the game, because the settings will be applied. As you can see, we are changing them with like vid restart. It's the same thing. It will apply the changes that you do in the game settings. But what does not save, it's the saving, right? So you need to restart your game to save the settings, because all these settings that we're changing right here, they will apply to the user LTX, but they will not save. So if you crash, for example, you play the game, you change the things, and then you crash, it will not save the settings that we just did, right? So after you've done all of this, right, what you need to do, they will apply normally, but to save the settings, in case you crash, right, you need to actually exit the game properly. So once everything is done, you customize like the sun shaft, the grass settings, the loom scale stuff, and all that. Once everything is good, what you want to do is you want to exit the game properly. So exit to Windows, so it saves all those settings in the user LTX, right? So make sure to do that, and then just restart your game and keep playing normally, right? Just because if you crash, it will not save the user LTX, right? And you have to go back in game and do all the settings again, loom scale, and then the sun shaft, and then the details and all that. You have to customize everything again, okay? So just keep that in mind. Once everything is done and you are good to go, exit the game properly, make sure it closes normally, and then go back in the game. And now we're going to go to the visual settings, and then we're going to talk about the SSS settings, and then we're going to talk about the reshade itself, how to customize things, what to enable, what to disable, and all that, right? So you want to go back here and go to the settings and visuals, advanced, and these are my let me just put myself back here. There it is. So these are my settings, as you can see, pretty much everything maxed out, right? Object details, don't turn these on. The grass stuff, as you can see, you can change them from here or from the console, as I said. So this is what we did on the console, 0.8, 150, 0.31. This is why it's good to change this in the console, because it doesn't have a number here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to have like the exact number or something like that, right? The lighting stuff, the shadows, this is what I'm using. Again, this is the combined that we did for the sun rays, right? So volumetric, screen space, or combined. So as you can see, the quality I am using high. You can change that if you want. The sun rays, you can also change them from here, but you cannot do like these exact numbers. So you can only do that in the console, I think. But this is how you can change them too. Make sure the SSAO is off, right? Because it's done by screen space shaders. And these are the settings that I'm using down here as well. And same thing for the shadows of the grass too. They are controlled by the SSS mod instead. So just don't take this. It's useless. This is pretty much it. These are my settings. Okay. Now, once you have all these, I'm going to go to the SSS settings, screen space shaders, go all the way down to the MCM and then click SSS. And these are the settings that I'm using for the SSS. Again, the SSS settings are not that important, right? It's not too much. There's just a couple of things that are important, like these ones, for example, from the shadows and light, right? The force volumetric, the volumetric intensity, these are important, but most of the other ones are just like a preference. They don't impact like the visuals too much, in my opinion. So if you have like the default gamma screen space shaders, you don't have to like copy mine like exactly how they are or whatever. Like I did these like since 0.94 launch, so it's not that important. So just keep that in mind. And one more thing as well, the default button, as you can see, this default is the default of the atmospherics that are being used by gamma. So just in case you mess up something later on, you do this or whatever, right? And you want to go back to default gamma screen space shaders, what you do, just click default, right? So go through all of them, default, 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 right? So that's how you do it. And then just apply, restart your game, delete shader cache or whatever, and then go back in the game, and that's it. Okay, so that's how you do it. So let me just show you my settings. As you can see, ambient occlusion, I changed these two right here. So these are my values. Floor fixes, the default is this. These are my values. Again, you don't really have to copy everything. I don't think so. Fog, same thing. These are my values here. Indirect lighting, I changed these two. These are my values. Interactive grass, changed a lot of it. So these are my values, as you can see. Right, parallax, just the first two, I think. Yeah, from low to high. And take this one, post process, same thing. These are the default. This is what I use. Motion blur, these are the default. This is what I'm using. And the TAA, just the sharpness, I think. Yeah, 0.6 to 0.5. And then the rain enhance, same thing. Only the width of the rain, I think. Yeah, so that's what I changed, as you can see. Footsteps, nothing really. It's default. HUD raindrops also is default. Shadow cascades, I changed these. These are my values right here. Be careful with the grass shadow quality. Ultra is really cool. It looks pretty decent, but it does take a little bit of FPS. It's around like I don't know, like a 10 FPS for me, or like 11 FPS, I think, something like that. So just be careful when you are doing this. Just experiment with it, see what's the sweet spots for you. For me, I just use Ultra, as you can see. Shadow and light, same thing. This the default, and these are my values. SSR, same thing. I just changed this from that to this, and then the SSS, same thing, from medium to very high, and then terrain from low parallax refine. There it is. The water, same thing. These are the default. This is what I changed. These are the did I change anything down here? Yeah, the caustic intensity. So from 0.5 to 0.3. The weapons depth of field. Yeah, I pretty much disabled everything, as you can see. I just kept it in the aiming mode. That's it. And then the wetness, didn't really change anything here. Didn't really change anything here. Just this one from 1.28 to 5 to 12. And then the wind, same thing. Just the velocity from 0.1 to 0.5. So these are the settings. Again, Pretty cool. So just copy them if you want. Again, it's not really that important in my opinion, but like these ones, for example, are important, like the force, the volumetric and all that. They look really cool and all that, with like the lights and all that. So just make sure to do that. And again, if you want to go back to the default gamma ones, just go through them one by one. Default, fog, default, right? Just go through them, default everything, right? And once everything is done, go here. Don't forget these ones. Just go to default and it will go back to the gamma default instead, and then just click apply, and that's it, right? So that's how you do it. Now let's talk about customizing the reshade, because again, why am I explaining all of these and the settings and all that and everything? Because I want you to customize it to your liking, okay? If it's too bright for you, then you can change it up, just change like the grass, change everything. And also the same thing for the reshade as well. It's not just like, oh, you just set it and you cannot touch it or whatever. It's a preset, okay? So you can change it to whatever you want. Let me just move myself here, and I'm gonna explain a few things just in case you want to change them up yourself. So as you can see, we'll have the reshade like this. So just in case later on, for example, if it's a little bit too bright or whatever, just select this, right? And you can change it. For example, the exposure, you can tune it down a little bit more. If you want the game to be even more cold, you can increase the tint a little bit to like the cold side. As you can see, it gets way colder. If you want it a little bit warm, you can do that, or neutral if you want, right? Pretty simple. And then if you want the game a little bit more contrast, maybe a little bit less contrast. Brightness, you can just customize everything, like the saturation, less saturation. It's totally up to you. If you mess up, again, just click here, right? And you can also customize like the colors individually as well. Like for example, for the blue, because the winter version is a little bit too blue for me when I did it, right? So as you can see, you can go here, you can just untick this, right? And then tick it again to select it here, right? And then go down to the color saturation adjustments. And as you can see, I kind of like reduced the blue a little bit to -650, right? Because like this, it's a little bit too blue for me. And it's kind of like a little bit more purple as well when there's like when it's early in the day and late in the day a little bit. So I don't really like it that much. So I kind of like decreased it a little bit, right? The aqua, right? So, and if you mess up, again, just do that. Pretty simple. So you can customize like the lighting stuff and all that. So you can do that too. You can also, I don't know, like for example, the eye adaptation, right? It's mostly for the nighttime, right? And speaking of nighttime too, when you go to like the darkest hour, which is around 22, and it looks a little bit bright, but just keep in mind, especially with like the full snow version, like it will look a little bit bright because again, like the snow is white, so it does illuminate a little bit more than normal visuals. So if you want to tweak that as well, it's mostly for the eye adaptation. As you can see at nighttime, this is without it, this is with it, right? So it does increase the visual a little bit, right? So if you don't like that, then just tick it. If you like it, then tick it back up. And you can also customize it. You can increase it here if you want, brighten the shadows, for example, as you can see, right? You can increase it a little bit if you want or whatever. So I mean, it's only up to you. So just do whatever you want. For me, it's 0. Or if you mess up, just click here and that's it. Okay, so that's how you do that as well. You can also tweak these ones as well to have like some optional stuff that I'm using. For example, the cinematic depth of field, right? Let me go back to daytime. So if you want like a pretty cool effect for like the cinematic or whatever, so as you can see, it will pretty much use as like a cinematic thing. As you can see, if you focus on this, it will blur out the background, right? So you can have like some pretty cool like cinematic shots, right? If you are like, for example, like focusing on some things, right? For example, what the hell is wrong with this? Like this, for example, right? It looks pretty cool, right? So it is not too intense. I do play with it, but if it's a little bit too annoying for you, then just don't enable it, right? Pretty simple. And then also these two right here go together. This is the GMZ gas mask of the zone. This is a mod that this is a it's a reshade that is in Nexus mods for STALKER 2. So this is a STALKER 2 Nexus mods reshade. that I used for STALKER 2, and I liked it, so I pretty much ported it to Anomaly. I just like used the preset in Anomaly, and it worked. So as you can see, however, it makes the game a little bit too bright, so I do counter it with HDR. That's why these two go together. As you can see, they are tied to the same keybind, right? So for me, it's numpad star. So if you want to change that, you can change that with this, right? You can just right click it or whatever to change the keybind, for example, F or G or whatever. But for me, it's the star on the numpad. And why do we do that? Because it's pretty much just for immersion, right? So for example, right now, we do have the Spartan helmet, right? As you can see. And how I usually play, I do have like the animations with like the restricted helmet mode. So when I eat something, I have to actually remove the helmet and everything, which is like way more immersive and all that. So if you want that, there's a little bit of fighting going on. Let's go there real quick. Or a little bit of peace. Okay, there it is. So for me, what I usually do, how do I use that? Is, let's say we have a Spartan helmet, which is you can just click it and untick it. You can select it here and you can customize it, right? As you can see. Right, and we have the Seva, so you can select multiple armors and all that. So the Spartan is, let's say, is the like full frame goggle or like the exo binoculars or something. So you can select it whenever you have like a new helmet or something, right? So for us, if you have like the Seva helmet, you can do that. You can do like the exo binoculars if you have like an exo helmet or like a Spartan helmet or whatever. And once you have this, right, how I usually play, when I put the helmet on, right, I wait for the screen to go black, and then I click the the key, right? And also I do play with the mask overlay. Forgot to enable that, which is this, right? I usually disable it just for like because when I'm streaming or whatever, right? But when I play Gamma on my own, then I do enable it, as you can see. So I wait for the screen to go black, and then I click the keybind to remove the overlay, right? Which is this one, right? And then I eat or whatever, and then I put back my helmet, and then I press the key when the screen goes black, and it is really seamless, and it is really immersive, in my opinion. So that's how I kind of use it, just in case you want to use it as well, because a lot of people do ask me like, how do you make that happen, and are you using like a keybind or something like that? And I explain it, and I just might as well show it to you here as well. And again, just customize these overlays to your liking, right? If you do this, for example, right? If you want it like a little bit more distortion, as you can see, I think default is a little bit too much, right? If you want no distortion, just click none. If you want it only light, which I would recommend, so do that. You can also have like condensation on the screen too, with the breathing. You have no breathing if you want. So just customize it to whatever you want, and once everything is done, then you can use it like this. Right, which is pretty cool. And again, just make sure to customize like the reshade to your liking and all that, and just based on your monitor, your settings or whatever, and just customize everything. And once everything is done, again, just click here to save it or create a preset based on the thing itself. Okay, now there is one more thing about the reshade that is more like of an issue. So there's like one problem with my reshade that I am gonna show you real quick, which is it's not too much, but it may be a little bit too annoying for you. Again, for me, I kind of like just got accustomed to it, so I don't really mind it myself, to be honest. So if you can notice here, when we are aiming, so if you are using scopes, right? If you use scopes when you aim, you will see like a weird hollow effect around objects. You see that? You see these like hollow stuff, right? I don't know if you can see. You can see these, right? You see like this hollow effect that changes with like the with like the scope. You see that? It's barely visible. It's not that distracting, but it could be a little bit annoying for you, right? So if that is a little bit too much, if that's a little bit too annoying for you, what you can do, it's one effect in the reshade that is causing that, which is the fake global illumination, which is this one, this effect right here. So as you can see, we'll remove it, and then it's not there anymore, right? But, right, so you see that? That's why it's doing that. Now, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to do it without like, you know, removing the effect itself or like reducing it way too much that it doesn't matter anymore, right? So for me, I just got accustomed to it and I play with it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So I got used to it. But for you, if it's a little bit too much, then disable this effect right here and it will go away. Okay, but again, I don't recommend disabling that because it's like the image occlusion and all that, and it makes the game look really, really good, right? As you can see, right? You see that? Like it contributes a little bit too much to the visuals that I like, that I don't really want to disable it. Like, I prefer just playing with this with the weird scope bug than disabling it, to be honest. So for me, I keep it enabled, but for you, if it's a little bit too much, too distracting or whatever, and you don't like it, then you can disable that effect instead. Okay, so that's the only kind of like issue with the reshade that I got there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the reshade. One last thing, since we are in Rostock, right? I changed the map because I crashed earlier. That's why we are in Rostock now. And this is how it looks, by the way, in partial snow. It looks really, really nice, right? And we're gonna talk about the last thing, which is the shadows with the lights from the hideout furniture. So the lights in your hideout will probably not cast shadows like this, right? As you can see, they won't actually cast shadows, right? For me. So the thing that we talked about earlier, remember? This is how it looks, right? So my lights actually cast shadows now in my hideout, which is really, really nice, and it's way more cozy, way more realistic. For you, it will not be like this. So again, as I said way back at the start, what do you do once everything is done? Like at this point right now, we're done with the reshade, we're done with the lighting and all that. You want to come here, you want to go to your hideout or whatever. That is like if you didn't install the new models, by the way. So if you didn't install DKVMA, because if you install them, you would need a new game. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So if you didn't install them, then just load back like a previous save or whatever, where you have like your hideout, and just see how much FPS you got with like the lights and everything, right? And once you have like your FPS, just close the game, go do the potato thing, hide the file, right? And then go back in the game. You go here to your lights, right? And then you grab them, you remove them, and then you place them again to apply the shadows. As you can see, oh, I put it up. Great. I'm gonna do that again. There it is. Make sure it's relative to the surface, not to the player. There we go. And then enable it, and then now it will enable the shadows, right? So that's what you do. Just replace all your lights, and then go back and then see how much FPS you got. If it's a little bit too much of a performance drop, again, just close the game, unhide the potato thing, go back in the game, replace all your lights as we did, and you will have no shadows again, and you will get back your FPS. Okay, so that's pretty much how you do it. And yeah, one last thing as well, again, just to kind of like showcase, this is the inventory UI that I showed you how to do that earlier at the start. So this is how it looks, right? And this is how it looks as well when we are talking to NPCs, right? They also have this too, which is pretty nice too. So if you want this inventory UI, then go back to the chapter and do it. There's the link down below as well for the Google Drive. One last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna switch to the full snow, and I'm gonna show you how it looks as well and all that, right? So let's do that together. So you want to go here. If you want to switch to the full snow, just exit the windows. Let me just put myself back here, and you want to go to MO2. So let's say like you want the full snow instead. So as I said, just disable the partial snowy textures, and then let's say we want to also turn the ice, the water into ice. So enable the one that we installed earlier, right? Make sure it overrides it, and then go up to the screen space shaders that we also installed for the winter ice. So enable this one, disable this one, and that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna go here, game folder, app data, right? And then just delete the shader cache, the previous shader cache. Make sure to do that. Just delete it. And that's pretty much it, okay? And now we're gonna launch the game and see how it looks. And here we are in the game now. As you can see, it is a full snow texture instead of just a partial snow. and we still do have the grass, as you can see, right? So, and if we go to the water, we will probably find it as ice instead. Yeah, there it is. You see that? Oh, there's a poltergeist. Okay, Mr. Poltergeist. Well, there we go. Anyways, as you can see, we have the ice now, and when you walk on it, as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear. Oh, Samsung. Hello. Thank you. As you can see, well, as you can hear, it does have the ice sounds, right? But when we jump, it's the water sounds. That's the only problem that I don't know how to fix. Again, I don't usually play with the ice. That's why I don't bother, honestly, to kind of like fix it or whatever. But for you, like, well, if you want to fix it, just ask around or something. I don't know how to do it myself, so I don't know. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, when you jump, yeah, there's like some water sounds. Okay, but yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty good with the full snow as well, and the grass. This I do like this too, right? Like the full snow with the grass, because again, you don't want to disable the grass because it makes the game look really it makes the game really easy to kind of like spot enemies, spot mutants and all that. So I do recommend keeping the grass, but if you want to also disable the grass, and as I said before, what do? You just go to the settings, very simple, or you can do it through the console as well, as I told you earlier. So detail, right? Let me just put myself here, right? So you go detail, right? Density 0, no, density 1, not 0, okay? And then height 0.5, as you can see, and then the radius as well, put it on 0. There it is. And then video start, and there it is. It's gonna freeze the game, blackout screen, restart the reshade, and there it is. You will have no grass, right? And this is how it would look, right? As you can see. And again, it looks pretty decent. However, I don't really recommend playing like this. Like, it does give you a huge FPS boost, don't get me wrong, but it makes the game way too easy. It's really easy to see enemies and all that, so yeah. Right, so that's how you do it. And again, if you change anything through the console, or even the grass in the settings, right? So you can do it also through the settings. Go here, advanced, if you don't want to do it through the console. And you could just like reduce everything to 0, as you can see. You can do it like this, click apply, and it will also do the same thing. Just keep in mind to save your settings, so the next time you don't have to do this again and to reduce the grass again and all that in case you crash. Make sure to exit the game properly, so the settings save in your LTX, in your user LTX, right? So just keep that in mind. But yeah, this is how you do it. Now the game looks with that full snow, right? And in case like you want to get the snow back, then you can do that too. You can go back here. Let's do it through the settings this time. Just for me, it's like this, and one more, yeah. Then 150 and 0.8. Click apply, wait for it. As you can see, change will only take effect after the game is restarted. They should say the changes will only save after the game is restarted. That's what they should say, I think, but it's fine. And there it is. You have your grass back, right? Very nice. Without a reshade, looks a little bit weird. With reshade, looks a little bit better. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. Hopefully this was helpful and informative, and yeah, if it was, as usual, just one little favor: like the video, share it around on Reddit, share it around on the Discord, to your friends, to like a streamer that wants to overhaul his graphics or whatever. So just make sure to do that to help with the algorithm and the recommendations of YouTube and all that, as we said at the start. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Stalker content and more, I mean, we go live almost every single day, as you can see, playing Stalker Gamma, and we play our creators from time to time in like the weekends or whatever, and we plan to play like other games. Stalker 2 is on the table as well, maybe more Project Zomboid, Tarkov, for the first time coming soon as well. I also want to play like DayZ for the first time too, so it's gonna be pretty fun. Again, if you want to hop in, drop by and say hi, hang out with the boys, mess around a little bit. If you want a little bit more help with modeling Gamma, if you have like any questions or whatever, make sure to drop in as well. You are most welcome to. And yeah, if you want to join us as a member, as I said, we do have memberships on the channel, so if you are interested in that and you feel a little bit extra generous, make sure to do that. And again, a huge shout out to all the members that are supporting the channel. I really appreciate you boys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, if you want to check out my 7-hour guide on Gamma, I highly recommend you to do that, because it's pretty much like a manual, as you can see. So if you click on it right here, there it is. So you can just, as you can see, it's like, it has like 150 plus chapters, right? So it's literally everything you need to know in Gamma, like literally almost everything. I missed a couple of things, but it's pretty much like almost everything you need to know. So I highly recommend you to check this out, bookmark it or whatever, and just anytime you get confused by something or you forget how something works or whatever, hopefully you can find it here. As you can see, just click on the description and just look for the chapter that you need, right? You can also use like the Control F and search for whatever, for example, armor, and you can just go through it, right? Armor BR system, armor types, armor weapon versus armor parts, armor upgrade, repairing armor parts, right? You can just search it like that if you want, right? So you can do that if you need. So just go through it, see whatever you want, and yeah, like how the cooking system, how borrowing money works, how fast travel, silencers, gun repair kits, like everything pretty much. So if you want to like refresh your memory, you get confused by something, just come here, click on the chapter and watch it. Okay, it's pretty simple. So if you want that, you can click on this video right here. And also, again, if you want more previews, make sure to check out the preview video to see all the maps or whatever. If you want the summer version of these visuals, make sure to click on this video right here instead. And this is pretty much it. Alrighty, I just want to thank you all for watching as usual, and of course, good hunting, stalkers.